All right, so I'm gonna set up a 45-minute, I think it's called a Pomodoro, just a quick work session. I'm going to record my screen as well, so you can see what I'm actually doing. I'm gonna make the options using QuickTime and using the MacBook Air microphone. Well, that's good. I'm going to capture to record this screen. Oh, that was a lightning. Did you see that? And I wasn't plugged in because that seemed like it kind of flashed some of our systems. So I'm going to stay unplugged. Anyway, welcome to the Kootenays. Some great storms. So, which I think I'll take some inspiration and move into our next scene. So our scene before this is Becca's just arrived to her home place. Oh, let me segue this into Hallmark. I thought I'd have some fun, lighten the mood a bit, and give myself a go at a Hallmark. I had a great idea for something entitled Search and Rescue. And so Becca, of course, has come from the big city, has lost her mom last year. Things are just not really clicking for her anymore, and so she leaves her big job on a leave of absence of some sorts and has returned to a mountain home in the middle of nowhere where her dad is maintaining their family lodge. And she's met a man named David, who, you know, you have your typical Hallmark meet. I'll go through that scene another time. And then Jeffrey's the brother, and it's been set up that he likes to set people up. So we just finished the scene where the Becca and Dad have met in the night, because she's come from the city and driven all night, wakes up to this David coming into her cabin, giving firewood, doesn't know she's there. They have a nice little interlude. She recognizes him for some reason, doesn't know why. And then goes to the lodge. There's a meeting happening. It's Saturday. It's the search and rescue meeting. They're getting ready for their new season, and David's a part of that. Dad asks her to do lunch, absolutely. And in between breakfast and lunch, Jeffrey's managed to set Becca up with the waiter that they're at the restaurant in the every opening scene. And so Dad's very excited about lunch, something special, and Becca's, oh, okay, cool. And they're interviewing their potential new head chef. Guy comes through the door with the plates, turns around, and it's the waiter from scene 1. And Becca just kind of responds with, oh, Jeffrey. So I'll take it from there. Waiting from the opening scene, Becca's again gobsmacked. And I think I had that scene kind of finished, but then I just wanted to add Becca going, oh, Jeffrey, under her breath, to the waiter, which you've got to give him a name, so that'll end up changing. Waiter will be like, hey, Becca. And I had a little play on that earlier because before the dad could introduce David, Becca and David already met, so they were already have their little kind of thing where he goes, Becca Bex, Rebecca is her name. And she replies with, not Dave, but David, because David does not yet reveal what his nickname is, which we will find out is called the Widowmaker, and we will find out why. So anyway, so just ending that last scene. Later, hey, Becca. And then the dad would be like, is there anybody you don't know? Something like that. Anyone you don't know? Or maybe, would you like to introduce me? Something like that. Just a play on that Dad seems to be the last to know these days. To introduce me, but he probably would have already been introduced because he's already in the kitchen making dishes, so I'm sure that line's going to go. Okay, so I don't think we need to go through any more of that. That leaves it at a gag. I'm really working at trying to keep things into threes. So either 3 small scenes of a page each, or a longer scene of 3 pages each. And again, I'll go through the beats on another one as to what and why. So back to this. So interviewee, lounge day, doing the lunches, then she did say she wasn't going to call Jeffrey until Monday, but I think either she calls Jeffrey or she has a little thing where she fights not calling him, which would be more interesting. What you'd expect is her to call him and kind of ream him out. The other thing would be for her to just kind of sit on it, and then maybe even tease him that he didn't show up. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, so our waiter is going to be our the bad good guy, where our David is definitely the love interest that she'll end up with at the end of the show. So far, unless things really change. So yeah. Tell me what you introduce me. And I'll have to say, maybe waiter introduces himself. Should he be a David too? No, that's too confusing. So what actor would I base this on? So David is, I use the actor's name. I'm right now loosely basing it on David Tennant. Secret crush, not so secret. Becca is loosely based on a younger version of Rebecca off of Ted Lasso. Dad, who was I thinking for the dad? I have to think about that because I have two thoughts. I don't want to reveal them right now because I forgot I had that conversation with myself. Jeffrey is based off of a UK television series and a US series. There's one called Couplings, there's a character named Jeffrey, and then there's a character on an Apple TV show that has Harrison Ford. He's a shrink. Shrink or shrinking? And the friend of one guy that I really like a lot, can't remember his name right now, plays opposite of Harrison Ford. It's his friend. Can we use gay these days? But anyway, it's his best friend, and he wants to get married to his guy, and it's just, to me, that's just kind of the perfect person that's got their fingers into a little bit of everything, and somehow, in some way, shape, or form, makes magic happen sometimes. Okay, so waiter. Who do I envision the waiter as? I'm just gonna call him Peter for now. I don't know why. Okay. But the next scene's not going to be about him. Okay. So I think we're going to skip the entire day. It's Saturday, and I really want to get to Monday. Monday is when everything falls apart in her life, in a way, from the place that she left. So I think we skip to the inspiration from this thunderstorm, this lodge that's not yet open. So I think we do exterior, Becca's cabin, day. Oh, maybe we do late night. No, dusk. Oh, another lightning storm. Let's go with dusk, and it's going to be dinner time. Storm is raging. Lightning striking. Becca, let's just have her launch off. I don't need to have all that stuff. Becca, so the thing is too, just keeping it really pedestrian, not getting into too much detail at this point, keeping things short, because then it gets harder to cut things. So Becca launches off her stoop and runs towards the lodge. she's gotta have something over her head. She's forgotten her rain jacket. She's did this all last minute, so she's runs toward the lodge with a pillow. Let's do a pillow. Pillow over her head because that mirrors an earlier scene. Trying to keep dry. So we go right into interior lodge entrance. I spelled that wrong a while ago, so that's always going to be spelled wrong. I think. Yep, I'm always going to spell that wrong now. Entrance. Terrible spell. Okay. So, same time. Becca. Maybe launches inside, soaked like I don't know. We used dog a couple times. I'm just gonna throw in dog. It soaked like a dog. Head to toe. Dog head to toe. It's calm in the lodge. I was gonna say she's gonna start a fire, but fire's already started. Let's just get right in there. Kind of fire already warming the lounge. Let's throw some drinks on there. Let's make this romantic. It is Hallmark. 2 glasses of wine sit on the coffee table by the fire. Chill. Like, I remember that era, 1950s or is it 1940s? Chill, 1940s, I would say 1940s. Jazz plays lightly. Becca takes this in. About to leave. Takes us in. Oops. Interrupting something. She turns to leave. Who's gonna call her name off camera? So I think it's gonna be Dave because there's something I want to do with this. And again, it's a twist. So something she turns to leave. David, sorry, we can't call him Dave. He's not Dave. David off camera. Becca just called her name. Becca turns to see David coming out of the kitchen. It's an easy thing that he'd come out of the kitchen. Turns out it's got snacky, something yummy and unexpected, but also expected. Maybe we don't know yet. Okay. David. Some kind. she's all wet again. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta be careful with that because there's some connotations to that. I heard someone come in. So he looks at Becca's state. Seems you. I don't know, it's gotta say something like, seems you maybe just need, seems I could get you another towel. Another towel. Turns to a side nook where laundry side nook or side nook. Pulls out a beach towel. Beach towel, so she's got to be like, I left last minute. Left some of the most important things behind, but not my favorite. Not my favorite dress. She manages a slight flourish despite the how drenched she is. All good. All good. I can dig up clients always leave things behind. I know we have at least a rain jacket for you. I'll leave you to your evening and guest, and because you are my guest, and at least this part of the evening. Sorry. Sorry, I kind of get into it. So anyway, so I just came up with that. David's preparing to spend dinner the evening with Becca because the dad can't make it because there's this big storm. So the dad's contacted David to entertain Becca. And so, of course, just as he announces that, there's, just like in Hollywood would, a big flash of lightning, a big roll of thunder, and then the power flicks out. So there they are, this very romantic lounge lodge, and only the fireplace is throwing light. And then I gotta think of something to say next because it should just be funny and a bit of a gag. Because this is gonna be a 3-part sequence now. So, maybe she should just say backgammon. The game of backgammon. The generator rumbles on in the, I don't know, there purrs on in the background. Purrs on in the background. It's a gas, it's a gas stove. It's a gas stove comma, so maybe after dinner? I think I'm making her favorite. Curious as to what my favorite is. Well, let's make sure I don't double bake it. Relax, your dad picked that line for you. Be about another. So, okay, so I think I'm gonna change this around. Well, your dad started dinner a while ago and picked out that line for you. Relax. I'll join you in a moment. Relax. And I'll join you in a moment. Let's make sure I don't double bake burn it during dinner. David decided disappears into the kitchen. Becca. Okay. So I recently read the screenplay Shine. Who is that by again? Jan Sardi. The producer that developed it alongside of Jan really spoke of not always playing out the big moments, like really saving the big moments for the big moments, not playing out every moment. So I kind of have that choice here, which I think I'm going to do. I think we've set it up that it's going to be romantic, powers out. I don't think we need to hit the nail over the head. There's two routes we can go. We can set it up for unexpected conversation or an unexpected event that drives them apart in those conversations, or we've kind of hinted that this is where we think it's going, but what if she wakes up the next morning, David's not there, but she's there now with Peter the waiter, and I'm not going to put in that there's bottles of wine everywhere. I think I just would want to have it be the bottle of wine and the glass of food, and then she either wakes up with Peter, like cuddled on the couch, or like just, you know, that good old head on the shoulder couch thing, but it's not David, so she's expecting it's David. She's tired, she's pretty exhausted, maybe some lucid dreaming, just some dreams that were pretty, she doesn't know where she is, and doesn't quite recall what happened, because I have a feeling in my mind this is all a lot of stuff. She didn't sleep much the night before. She fell asleep in the middle of a meal. I think David slept her with a blanket on her, and then I think Peter, I don't know, I think I need to have him be a warm culture, maybe French or something, or Italian, kind of just maybe cleaned up. I don't know. Like, so I think that would leave that segue for the morning with Dad coming back and then David coming in, and then seeing her with Peter on the couch, and that's whole like, oh, okay, that kind of throws everybody off into their different plots. We'll try that out. Right, so I can just quickly start that scene. This scene ended up only being, it's about a page, and we'd always do it by eighths in film when we're shooting and scheduling, so it's a page and I'm going to say 7/8, so that's almost a little too long, but we'll see. We'll see what that feels like. Okay, so basically seals are fake for the night, and that's going to be interior lodge lounge morning. So Becca, so sounds of early morning birds, stream of first light through the window. Oh, I think I'm gonna have her be by herself on the couch, tucked in a blanket, but there'll be another pillow or something, like somebody else was there. We'll still have the two glasses, we'll have some plates, and then she's expecting David to come in, but it'll be Peter instead, and she'll be trying to subtly figure out if and who anyone was there on the couch with her that night. Or maybe actually could have Peter gently kiss her awake, and then she'd be like, oh my god, I think that's funnier. That's a little better. First light. Becca wakes slowly on the shoulder of... Oh, wait, first we have to have lips gently kiss Becca awake. Becca wakes slowly. Becca wakes slowly, her head on, wrapped in a blanket on the couch, her head nestled on the shoulder, shoulder of ... Let's say Peter off camera, and then Bex. Becca blanks. Uncertain. She looks up. It's not David, but Peter. But Peter. She sits up. Makes some distance between them on the couch. Peter did we kisses her on the forehead. I think we're just not gonna kiss her on the lips. Gently kisses Becca on the lips. Gently kiss Becca awake on her forehead. Let's just keep it kind of sweet, but like gently. Can't spell that word. Gently. I'm gonna go Peter. David. When I came in this morning, you were alone. You were alone, sleeping on the couch. I don't know, something like that. Twist, Shawna, communication, misinterpretation of communication. Yeah, so I think I'll leave it at that. I kind of know where I want to go, but I'm missing something to tie this together. I'm already on page 23, so it's a 90-minute. I think I need to delve now into, earlier we talked about David not liking being called Dave, and that he had another nickname that we don't know. So I think maybe Becca and Peter go for a hike, and Peter's already kind of got his nose into a few things there, and this is where we find out David's nickname is the Widowmaker. And we're gonna find out why. But Peter will tell Becca that we're not supposed to ask. It's just not supposed to go there. That's out of bounds territory, kind of thing. And so it just kind of two things piques kind of Beck's curiosity, but also because he's helping her dad out, she wants to get to know this character of this gentleman more. And then on the other side, just her nature is to eventually ask, and it'll come out of the need to protect her father, which in a way she was protecting her mom who's died. But we're gonna find out something very interesting. That's of course a bit closer to the middle of the end. I haven't decided if I'm leaving it for the end thing, or if I'm just gonna kind of play the not knowing through Act 2 and have the big crux reveal the nature, and then also the nickname and the relationship that we aren't supposed to talk about. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just call this, because this ends up being 3 pages in total. So I've done 3 pages. Yeah, so 3 pages. And again, this is a super first draft. You can't even call it a draft. I don't recommend writing this way, but I think we all find our style. I found this from working in film, reading a lot of screenplays, scheduling a lot of scripts and scenes, and being on set and seeing the beats, feeling them. And again, this is not the final version. Some things will get cut, some things will get cut down, some things will change. But right now I'm trying to just explore the world she's launching into, and kind of let these characters tell me a little bit more about how they're going to interact with each other, and not just a strict starchy idea and force things into that. So yeah, I'll let you read that, and any comments on this would be great. And I look forward to the next session, and I hope to get a session up where I can show you the beats. I can quickly show you that really quick. So there's a beat board option in Final Draft that I'm still kind of wrapping my head around. Is new. So I've kind of got a few ideas for plot points and when people are introduced or what's introduced already. Some of this is out of date, but I am going to come back to this just to make sure that I'm not forgetting something that could tie in. And like I said, some things might change quite a bit as to what the characters go through, when they go through. And the other fun thing, used to be something called index cards, and that was a separate app that was available on an iPad, which I would do a lot of my drafting it. You know how I used to have those recipe cards? And so that was always fun, and that was always separate. And then they started to be able to import it into Final Draft. But now it's actually part of it. But I think because I'm not outlining it so much that way, I think this beat board keeps it easier for me with the acts and some plot points or character points, or just some ideas as to challenges and some conflict, and also I really love getting into the Joseph Campbell stuff. I'm not an expert, but I do love to think about some of those things that way. It just adds a bit of a consistent character type to characters and their journey, whether they're the lead or a sub character. And but again, this is just almost like writing on napkins for me. So this is how I write on napkins. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully outside the writer's room. We had to veto that today because of the big, massive storms that came through today, and there's still a few rolling in the background. So we are inside the writer's room. All right, take care. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you again.